Mike.
Hey, Frank. What stood out to you when you went over the film with the lineups that you used and kind of the various choices that you made and where guys sat in the rotation?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're learning and growing, about playing with the smaller lineups and, all the details that go into executing on both sides of the ball with that, but in particular offensively. We're continuing to grow with screening angles, how to attack switches, how to cut, how to use the space that we have in the paint with cuts and drives, and hopefully we can keep growing with that.
Frank, where are you at with just deciding how you're going to go about the game compared to what the opponent is doing, and which big they have in, and tonight, Cat not playing?
Yeah, I mean, we still have to. Obviously they list him as out. With the protocols, you can still change up to last minute pending tests and all that stuff. He's likely going to be out. So we'll let you know what the lineup's going to look like. But if he's out, we would start the same way that we did the other night, coming off 33-point win.
And then what have you seen from Minnesota and how different they are without Cat if he doesn't play?
Yeah, well, they almost beat Utah without D'Lo and Cat the other night. So they have plenty of firepower. Beasley and Edwards really carrying a big load for them offensively. The kid Jalen Noel can really fill it up, and they got a bunch of hard playing dudes. So we have to respect their energy and the effort that they play with.
Frank, not to be overly contrarian, but LeBron's been on such a great offensive tear. How do you feel about his workload right now? Is this an okay amount for him to be taking on at this stage of the season? And can he sustain it?
Over the last X amount of games, I've only been playing him 29 minutes a night. So, I mean, X amount, last one game, he's only been playing 29 minutes a night. So that's a good number. Mm-hmm. With Bron, it's less about, the total minutes and, just the rhythm and feel of those minutes. You know what I mean? Sometimes he can play 32, 34, high usage, heavyweight fight type minutes. And, sometimes I think it was a Houston game where he started at center. He's just in a good rhythm all night and didn't really look overexerted at any point in the game. So, we just keep an eye on that more than the total numbers.
Frank, we've asked you about the LeBron scoring streak, but I think Russ has had 4 straight triple doubles. Beyond the numbers, is there anything about this stretch of games that stands out to you, where he is in his integration into the team?
Yeah, he's continuing to grow, and I think everybody is benefiting offensively from the space that we're playing with. It's not just 5 3-point shooters, but with Stanley out there, obviously he can shoot the 3, but his ability to drive and play like a guard out there is just creating a lot of things for us. Bron being a roller more, is creating more assists, opportunities for Russ, and I think we're just getting used to it.
Frank, with Malik being a starter, I know some of that has been by necessity in the last couple of games, but what has he proven to you over time that makes him a fit for that role, and how important is he to the team at this moment?
Yeah, he's been critical over the last few games since he's come back. He's been on a tear, but I think it's within who he is. I mean, he's a dynamic offensive player. He really is. His ability to drive the ball to the paint, shoot the 3, play make in 2-man action, come off pin downs. He just has a great feel. And, he's given us a big lift there. My concern with him right now is when Bron goes out of the game, we've been good sometimes and bad sometimes. And, can he be a factor in those lineups? We're manipulating the rotation to look at that, to be something, where you can carry some of that load too.
Frank, you said you wanted to use the full 10 days to evaluate Stanley, obviously before this team can make a decision on him. I'm just curious, kind of, you coached him for the first time the other day. What you saw, what you like, and are there things that you still need to see, or is it, do you kind of see where he would fit in with you guys potentially long term?
Yeah, I mean, there's bigger picture things with the roster that we have to look at, but Stanley's done everything that he needs to do to show that he can help us. And I don't know what ultimately our decision will be with Rob and upstairs, but he's done a great job. And I think one of the things we kind of see with Stanley is obviously he was out of the league at the start of the season this year, and he's struggled to be a consistent 3-point shooter. Playing at the wing, in a lot of teams and stops that he's been with, and for us he's playing small ball center, and sometimes that unlocks some things with certain players, and I think he's shown us a lot, and shown us that could be a positional shift for him that could help his career.
Frank, what's the biggest difference that you've seen maybe from year 1 to year 2 in Anthony Edwards, and how is he maybe different to prepare for this year as opposed to his rookie year?
Well, I think the 3-point shooting is probably the biggest jump that he's made, and not just his efficiency, but the ways he's getting his threes off, coming off of pick and rolls, coming off screens, ISOs into step backs. Obviously, the transition's always there. When he's such a dynamic downhill threat that he is, and he's got that the power drive game that he has. You have to give him space, and if he's able to beat you over the top, it becomes really difficult to guard. So, that's the biggest thing I've seen.
Frank, just wondered if any of the protocol updates have impacted you guys, and what you've made of that from the league.
You talking about the memos and the changes in the
just like all that kind of
longevity,
stuff,
and I think Tanisha's out a little sooner than she would have been.
That's the main thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think Rondo has cleared the protocols, and he'll be inactive tonight, but in reconditioning phase, still be inactive. But I think those are the only couple that it's really impacted. One more for Dave McMenamin. No, I don't believe he's going to be here. I don't think so. Okay.